In this video, we're going to walk through creating a questionnaire for your clients. This is something that you might have done before the wedding. It might be something that you do after the wedding as a sort of client feedback or a testimonial opportunity. There's lots of different ways to use questionnaires. And in fact, we have dozens of templates of questionnaires that you can copy and use in Sprout Template Library for your own business. And you can then edit them as if you made them from scratch. A lot of different ways that you can use it, but we're going to just run through creating one, walk through some of the differences of what it's like to use a questionnaire and when you'd want to use it and how to use questionnaire templates or how to make public questionnaires. A lot of things we're going to unpack here, so let's hop into it. I have Heath and Olive wedding, the shoot opened up here, and one of the things that you've probably seen in a lot of these videos is this questionnaires section over here. And obviously by default, there's nothing here. We have no questionnaires yet, so obviously there's nothing there. But again, just quickly to show you, like everything else, there is also a global questionnaires page where all of your questionnaires will live. Now that's because you don't have to have questionnaires attached to a shoot. If a questionnaire is attached to a shoot, only that client will be able to answer it, and they'll answer it and only have one reply to it. Now they can always go back and update it and answer it and update their answers, but it only generates one reply that just constantly gets updated. A public questionnaire, on the other side of things, is one that can have multiple responses. So every time someone goes to visit the questionnaire, it logs it as a new response. So we're going to run through some of the differences there, but let's go back into Shoots, go back into Heath and Olive, and then go here into the questionnaires page, and we're going to go ahead and click Add New. Now, similar to how we built contact forms earlier, you're probably familiar with this whole interface. This is the exact same interface as building a contact form. The only difference is we don't have our contact form fields down here. We have a text field, a paragraph field, a date field, a radio field, which is a multiple choice, but only lets you choose one option, a checkbox, which is a multiple choice question that lets you only answer or can answer multiple times. That was a tongue twister. A drop down, which is just a drop down, and then instructions, which is just instructions you can add for your client. Now, one of the things that I want to sort of caution you is, of course, that you can hop in here. You could call this my questionnaire, and you can build it and do all of your things, and you can add the questionnaire. So this is, question number 1. Let's go and just add question number 2. And let's go ahead and add a radio button. And we're going to go just option 1, option 2, option 3, just so you can kind of see how this works. And again, you have the same control over doing width, and you can do required or not required, and then conditional, so on and so forth. So you have all that flexibility. The one thing that I will sort of just caution you on is you probably don't want to add and create brand new questionnaires for every single shoot. That's a lot of work. I mean, certainly you could do it, but it's a lot of work. You're probably going to want to create a template. And if you click up here to apply a template, you probably can see you don't have any yet because we haven't made any together yet. So what my encouragement is to actually create template questionnaires and then apply them to questionnaires and shoots so that you can make use of your time, do the work once, and then repeat it over and over and over again. So I'm actually going to close out of this and ignore the fact that I had started a questionnaire. And what we're actually going to do is go into settings down here and click communication. And then we have a section here called questionnaire templates. So this is where we're going to want to create sort of our master questionnaires, the questionnaires that we want to send over and over and over again. And that way we can build the questionnaire here and then apply it to shoots and apply it over and over again. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and click questionnaire template. And again, this is now where we can build it out and customize this the way that you see fit. So again, via the magic of video editing, I'm going to go ahead and snap my finger. And here we have a filled out questionnaire with all of these great questions in here. This is actually one of the questionnaires that we had written in our Sprout template library in our New Horizons template bundle. This is one that you can send to a couple as a getting to know you questionnaire, just to ask them some more questions about who they are and what they do together, just so that you can get to know them a little bit better. Really fun exercise to send to them. But this is how you can make this as a template Over here, just again, really quickly, you can set the title, instructions. You can change the button text. This is the same as how we had done it for contact forms. And then advanced settings, you can have the thank you message when you're done or redirect to a different URL. So that is how you build that in there. Now I'm going to go ahead down here and click save. And now you can see here, this is the questionnaire template set up here. Now, one mistake that we've seen a lot of users use is that they'll click this preview button here to see what it looks like. And then they'll go ahead and send the URL of this to their clients. This is just a preview. That's why we have this big warning that this is just a preview. Do not submit this or send this to your clients. This is just to give you an indication of what this looks like on the front end for your clients. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. I'm done here now in the questionnaire templates. Now that I'm done here, we can now add that to that specific shoot. So now I'm going to go in here, I'm going to click add new, and instead of creating one from scratch over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab that template, choose it here, we're going to overwrite it, and then we're good to go. Now we've gone ahead and added that as a template, or from the template to this questionnaire here, and now we can go ahead and click save, and now this is available for our client to see. Again, you can click here and click view. Now your client can fill this out. There's no big warning at the top saying that it's a template. So now they're good to go here. You can also click here and email it to them, or you can go into the emails page here and click add new, and you can send any email to your client, or you can send an email to your client from wherever you are, depending on what you're doing here. If you did it from the overview, if you remember back on that lesson. But now that you're in this shoot, I can actually click this variables button right here, and I have access to the questionnaires for this shoot. That's because I'm sending an email from the shoot, so I can see all the questionnaires on this shoot right here. And actually same goes for all the galleries on this shoot, all the design proofs on this shoot, all of the orders on this shoot. So all of the details for this shoot, or any of the things that are attached to this shoot, I can now grab that and insert the template here. Again, if I had done it back over here from the questionnaires list page, and I clicked here and I clicked email, it will have used the default questionnaire email that we've kind of gone through quite a few times here, the email defaults in settings over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click send now, and now the questionnaire has been sent over to my client. Now, if the client does go through this over here on the front end and they want to come back and make changes to this, they can. They can always come back and make changes to the questionnaire. So they could answer this here. Now, again, this is a radio button, so meaning they can only choose one of them, and they can put in an answer here. Now, they could actually technically now just submit this, and it's gone ahead and submitted. This is the thank you message that you've specified. If we close out of here and refresh over here, you will have received a notification for it, both in-app and in email, and you can see now that this questionnaire has a response to it. If you click here, you can now view the response here. However, again, the nice thing is that if your client visited that URL again, or if you sent it again, or if you wanted to edit it, if they go back into it here, their answers are still saved, but they can now update it and add more answers, since they can always update and update and update, and it updates the exact same questionnaire. And there we go again. Again, you will have received another notification both in-app and via email. And if I open this up here, now you can see that the other answer has been recorded as well. So that is how we build out questionnaires for a shoot. If we go back over here into the global questionnaires section, you can see here that if I click add new, I can add one specifically to a leader to a shoot, or I can create a public questionnaire. Now, a public questionnaire would be good for things that you want to have multiple people reporting answers to. Maybe it's an NPS survey, or maybe it's just a survey in general, or it's a review form, or whatever it is, and you don't need to have it attached to a shoot. That's a great way for you to do it that way. If you click public questionnaire here, and if we just really quickly, again, I would suggest doing it as a template first, but let's just quickly do this here. We're going to go survey for public, and we're going to add just one question here and say, what do you love most about me? And we're going to leave that one alone, and we're going to press save. So now we have this public questionnaire here, survey for public. If I now view this, I can go, this is answer number 1. I'm going to go ahead and press submit. Okay, and let's close that, and let's refresh. And now we can see here, survey for public has been replied. And if I click here, it's going to show me just that one reply. That's great. But now if I go back into it and view it again the second time, the answer is not already in there because it's a public questionnaire. This is now another answer. So if I say this is answer number 2 and click submit, I can refresh again. And every time I go to this page, it's going to be another response. I can go answer number 3 and then I can refresh. So every time it's new, and it will not be attached to a lead or a shoot. This is a public questionnaire. So all of your answers will be recorded here for you to see. So if I go here, now you can see it says 4 responses. If I click that, it shows me the 4 responses, the dates and times that they were added, and now I can click those individual responses right here. So that's the difference between public questionnaires and questionnaires that are attached to a shoot. And that's how you build questionnaires here in Sprout Studio to help with some of the back and forth and getting some more clarity from your clients on various things that you need to get clarity on when it comes to collecting details.